Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Rico Rich. I just calling saying hello. I know it's been a minute since I did a video, but couldn't help but do one on a particular subject that I guess many people can relate to. Well, some folks can relate to, but it's still many people. Basically, I wanted to talk about Power Rangers. Next year will be the 20th anniversary Power Rangers series being here officially in America as an actual series. Starting with Mighty Morphin all the way through Samurai and the new one that's about to come out called Mega Force. Basically, at first I thought about doing response videos to a couple other videos, but I just didn't really want to do that so much. I guess I just wanted to put a little combination of several things in relation to the subject at hand. A little bit of Power Rangers, how I came about it. First of all, I was fortunate enough, I was probably one of the few Americans that got to see Power Rangers before they became Power Rangers under the name Super Sentai, which is still Super Sentai in Japan. Back in the mid 80s, I was fortunate enough to live in Japan when my dad was in the military at the time. And basically, when I was living there, it was kind of funny because, you know, when you go to a foreign country for the first time, you get the culture shock and stuff, but it was something that over a very short time I was able to embrace, and the cartoons were different. The whole culture there from a little kid's perspective was totally different there. So when I went to when I saw Super Sentai when it came out, and the Kamen Rider series and the anime cartoons, or the Japanimation, or whatever you want to call it, type cartoons, it was very cool. I was like, wow, you know, being 6, 7 something years old, it was the first time I saw cartoons at night. Like, cause you know, if you watch cartoons at night back then in America, the only time you saw really cartoons at night was, I don't know, Charlie Brown holiday special or something like that. But outside, most of the cartoons were in the morning or in the afternoon, but you rarely saw them at night. Of course, that's a much different story nowadays, and so I thought it was a weird thing. And you know, Japanese, they have a unique culture and a neat perspective when they present their culture out to the world. Back to the subject. Back to the subject at hand. That is Power Rangers. Obviously, this is the 20th anniversary coming up next year. Not this year. Obviously, it's 2012. But actually, Power Rangers officially started in the 1993 season, where Fox TV network picked up on the show, and it was history from there. Be honest with you, like I said earlier, I was exposed to Super Sentai before Power Rangers even came to the States, living in Japan several years before coming back in the early 90s. When I first saw the initial commercials for the Saturday morning lineup, or actually it was the fall kids lineup, or whatever they had, Fox TV had at the time, one of the first commercials they showed for the new fall lineup was the Power Rangers commercial. And at first I wanted to laugh. I'm like, because I thought Power Rangers was definitely modeled a kid show, because who would come up with a name of Power Rangers? Then I saw the footage of it, and I was like, this is stuff I've seen before. So I was kind of upset about it at first. I was like, why did they just bring in this old Japanese coverage? And you know, at the same time I got very curious. So when the first couple shows came on, you know, I actually, you know, went and watched it, had an open mind about it. Started to be even more upset. I'm like, this is too, they dumbed it down. They took a lot of the violent, or a lot of the action part. I'm gonna say violent, a lot of the action parts out of it. And of course, being older now, I could understand it from both ends. From the let's say, I guess, from a perspective where I can see where there's fans that just like Super Sentai, and I can see where fans just like Power Rangers. But at the same time, to me, I like them both. I think it's a unique thing. But at the time, I didn't really embrace it at first. But another weird thing as well, it came out when I was 14 years old, so I didn't really watch it that much being in high school, because I was doing high school stuff, and that's understandable. But what amazed me though, really, especially in that first and second year of Power Rangers, how quickly it almost practically became popular overnight. I mean, by 1995 they had a full-fledged movie going on. During that time, I thought I mean, you can get technical on the acting and some of the graphics and stuff for the first Power Rangers movie. I thought it was a stage up. You know, I thought it was a unique thing. To me, it was practically almost a unique, different thing than what the Japanese produced, because obviously the morphings were more a stepper up than what they showed on the show. They had the better looking suits, a little 3D looking like type suits, and it looked better, and they, of course it was all for the movie and stuff, the Power Rangers movie, the original Power Rangers movie. So, and it was a big hit anyway. So, it was a great thing. It was a good thing. The other shows that followed, I didn't really follow as much at the time, because, like I said, at my age, I was in high school. Then, I was growing up. So, and plus, it was a kid show. Not saying it was just a kid show. And now here it is, all the way up to 2012. I'm kind of revisiting that. With the state of entertainment nowadays, I don't really get into much of the reality shows. I mean, some of it's funny, but really at the end of the day, it's like whatever. So, now I have a little more time to myself, so I actually have a kind of go back when I get time and watch the older shows like Frasier. I watch a lot of Frasier, stuff from the 90s that I didn't watch as much. I actually have time to watch more now. So, yeah, stuff like Frasier and Power Rangers and stuff that came out back then that I guess you could say I'm catching up on. No problem with that. But about Power Rangers, that's one thing that was unique to me, that became so popular so quickly and able to last this long. Me, I can be critical in the acting or whatever time another day. That could be another video or whatever. Maybe not, I don't know. But my thing is that basically I'm just trying to present my appreciation for the show, and from my experience, I guess I'm just contributing to the cause. The next Power Rangers actually they're still on Super Samurai right now. Saban Brands, which was the original production / owner, or whatever you want to call it, of the show when it started out. Then Disney took hold of it for a little while. Then Saban bought it back, and I'm glad Saban bought it back. I didn't even know Disney had ownership for a while, but like I said, that time when Disney was owning it, I was pretty much an adult doing other things, and I'm glad Saban bought it back, and that kind of pretty much reinvented it. Also, Saban brought they got, of course, it's on Nickelodeon, the Samurai series. They also got the CW Kids block. They bought that so they could show more of the shows, which is good, because that means they're actually very serious about what they're doing. They're actually showing reruns of Lost Galaxy, and I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm not in the know, but I'm assuming, kind of hoping to show, like, kind of do like the CSI NCIS thing, where they show Lost Galaxy one at the same time they're showing another rerun of Power Rangers or whatever, for the fans' sake. Then of course they can show the original episodes, or the fresh new episodes on the cable, Nickelodeon, whatever. However, I'm pretty sure they're organized and know what they're doing. But either way, this going on. I haven't watched a lot of the Samurai series. I will when I get more time and access to do it. There's DVD out, so maybe I'll probably get some of that or something. I don't know. We'll see. Overall, the show, I don't really have a favorite particular series or a favorite particular Ranger, but y'all are unique to me in a way. Don't really have too much crushes on. I think the actors or the actresses that played them, they did what they did at the particular time. It's great that the fans still care about them. They love them. They still have a following. They have the little Morphicons and stuff. And I haven't really been to. I'm not saying I'm not into them, but I really haven't had a chance to really check those out for myself. I'm pretty sure those are very fun and eventful things. And maybe I will one day. We'll see. But other couple things that got on my mind was the new series with Megaforce. Some people say they didn't really. Some people had some issues with the casting or whatever. Some people had issues with the adaptation. Instead of using they had because I believe Power Rangers skipped a year. I'm not sure if Power Rangers skipped a year, or where they had. I guess apparently they wanted. I don't know. They had the Goseiger and the Gokaiger. They had the series. They had two basically seasons, and they're going with the angel-looking type Power Rangers, or that's what they're using for Megaforce instead of the pirate looking. But they're going to later on integrate the pirate type Power Rangers into the Megaforce. So we'll see how that goes. And like I said, I'm the type of person, I look at I judge off the results of something, not off something that hasn't been developed yet. It's not fair to make judgment off developed, even though technically the Japanese footage is already done and developed and stuff. And of course, you got more. I look at myself as more of a casual observer to the Power Rangers phenomenon, franchise, whatever you want to call it. Of course, there's probably more knowledgeable, more fanatical people that's more technical. Like I said, I don't really use the Japanese technical names and stuff because I'm not fanatical like that, but I like it and I watch it. Going back to in retrospective, like I said, how I got into the Power Rangers / Super Sentai. Living in Japan, 86, 87, there was a series, Super Sentai, I believe called 5 Men and Live Men. Around that time, that's when I first saw the Super Sentai, or as it is called, Super Sentai, 5 Men, Live Men. And like I said, I was going to school at the time, American school, military base, military brat. You know how it goes. If y'all know, y'all can relate. And actually, those were very popular. A lot of, pretty much anything Japanese that was cartoon we had access to was fairly popular. And of course, Live Men and 5 Men was popular during that time, especially. And at that time, I didn't get to see it that much because I can't remember what time it came on. Either came on too early when I came after school or too late when I came after school. I don't know. But when I did caught it, it was phenomenal, and I got to watch it. Also, the same, I don't know if it's the same production or same company, you had Kamen Rider, or the Mask Rider, I think it's called in the States, and I remember that. I remember the Mask Rider Black, or sorry, the Kamen Rider Black and the Kamen Rider RX. Kamen Rider Black and RX I got to watch extensively because it came at a time where I was able to catch it. And I thought it was a cool thing. Me and my buddies, we had a code name called Ninja Black because we couldn't really, like I said, it was all Japanese, and we didn't really bother to go into translation or anything about it. And we called it Ninja Black. I said, hey, you watching Ninja Black or whatever. It was pretty cool. He had the motorcycle, and we thought it was kind of funny, but it was pretty cool because he had all black, and he had this rebellious mystique about him. We watched the show. We wasn't really concerned with the background of the story. We just wanted to see him kick ass, pretty much. I mean, you can only ask so much as elementary school preteen when it comes to action television shows. So that was it was a great show at the time. And I remember when they brought the Kamen series, the Kamen Mask Rider series, and they tried to adapt that in America as the Mask Rider or something like that, and that was a waste of time. They dumbed it down for real. They made this. They had the character. They put him in the civilian like form, at the same outfit. Similar outfit was with the thing in it, and it was so unrelated. It was like, I'm not watching this. And I remember VR Troopers. It was another one, Metowder or something like that. I watched that a lot, Metowder, and I can't remember all the Japanese name, but the footage from VR Troopers and stuff. I remember watching the original shows that were shown in Japan. I remember watching those shows a lot, and those were very good and pretty unique in a way too. And when I saw the adaptation in the States, I was fairly disappointed because it was like they dumbed it down. The production dumbed it down for the audience, I think, in my opinion, and they cut a lot of the action stuff out. And of course, when you're a writer, I mean, you have to be extremely creative with what you have with the footage. And a lot of it was a lot of stock footage from the Japanese production, so it was, I was glad the Power Rangers were able to last so long because, one, you had so much commonality with the Power Rangers, and they did so much back footage of that because it was so popular and there was so much in demand over there that they was able to make do with what, as long as they could with it until the next big thing comes. And of course, they still continue to do that today. The Megaforce one, the Megaforce, like I said, I look forward to when it comes in. As for the actors and actresses, it's not really a big deal to me. I'm just looking for the quality of the show. For what it is now, from what I'm looking at Power Rangers now, it's always good. It has its good and bad. As for like the theme songs and stuff, the theme songs are pretty consistent. I have my favorites. I think probably my favorite, and I'm not a big rock and roll guy, but probably the most catchiest is always the original theme. Personally, I also like the movie theme, which is I don't know, it was done. It sound like Metallica or orchestrated. I think it was done in orchestra because I have a MP3 of the orchestra version of it. and I believe I have the Metallica version of it too. But it was pretty good, real quality sound put together. But much credit to the original writers and producers of the original theme of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's definitely one of my favorite themes. I also like the theme of the Time Force Rangers, the Rescue Rangers. And I always thought that was the thing. And I hope what Power Rangers do is just keep with that consistency of each show having this unique theme. With Samurai theme, they kind of brought back the tempo or the kind of the back sound of the original theme, and they kind of brought a solo singer with it, which is okay. I guess it's unique in its own way. But hopefully in the Megaforce series they have a more original sounding theme background, and hopefully from the footage I've seen on the YouTube and stuff, because like I said, that's basically what I catch up on. I try to catch up on the other stuff before they actually integrate that stuff with the sound, like how it's traditionally done when the Mighty Morphin series was doing it. It was very consistent. It was with the action and the morphing and stuff. The good and bad with the morphing scenes. I know a lot of people like the morphing scenes. They want to see each individual morph, and that could be time consuming. I can see if you do it once and stuff, that's cool. Then as the show throughout goes on, then I think it needs to be more, because there's only so much you can fit in half an hour. I'm pretty sure they know what to do with that. They shorten the thing. Everything's short nowadays. The themes are shortened. Certain parts of the show thing are shortened because of commercials and blocks and this and that or whatever. But we'll see it. So I'm definitely looking forward to stuff like that. How they're doing it with the CGI graphics and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Actually thinking about looking at the games. I know there's several games that came out there and stuff, and it's just a unique nostalgic type thing. Also wanted to put out, oh yes, it's been on my mind the last couple of weeks, probably the last couple of months to be honest with you. It's an older it's an older Super Sentai. It's actually the second season, the second installment, called J.A.K.Q or J.A.K.Q, that's what I call it. And has a unique character called the Big One. I will personally, I would like to see a remake of that. I know there was only one season. I think it was only one season of that, or 2 seasons of that. But maybe it's just me and my personal, I guess, fantasy or something like that. But I would like to see a remake of Jack. I think it has a unique thing. Has a spy type element to it. Has like a syndicate type element to it. What's unique about that show, even though it's old, it was made in the 70s, has goofy looking props. The costumes were very unique. It definitely said the 70s was unique. About it, the characters, when they're in civilian form, they're reflective of the 70s in Japan. So they were cool, and the unique character, I can't remember his name off top. I know his name is Hiroshi, the guy who plays Big One. I thought it was a cool cat because in his civilian form he kind of looked like a pimp. He had the all white on, he had the necktie, he had the cane, he had the I didn't understand the Japanese so much, but you can tell from his expression, his body language, he's real cool and smooth. And I saw a couple clips of the reunion setup they did with the Super Sentai where he was a little bit older, and I can't remember which one was it, but it was 2001 version of Super Sentai where he makes an appearance, and he says the 2 other chicks, the pink and the yellow version, Ranger version of that particular Super Sentai from 2 monsters, that was about to kick their ass. And I thought it was a unique thing. If I would personally like to see if they could remake Jack, or at least reprise his character, or at least do the character. I have this weird vision in mind. I think I want to do. I'm not a big cosplayer. I thought about doing that as a Halloween costume this year for Halloween. I don't know. I have my unique way. Probably not exactly like the civilian character. I probably add my little thing to it, but I think there's something unique to it because it's when he's in the Ranger form, he's all white. He has his rainbow colored like sash type thing, or it's not really sash. It's more like triangular type thing, and his helmet is all white, and he has a little triangular rainbow type thing. And you can say what you want about it. I think it was pimpish. You think it's all gay looking, whatever, because of the rainbow stuff. I'm not gay, and I don't care. I still like it because his character kind of stands out, and in a way he's kind of like, at the same time, he's kind of like the special ranger, but at the same time he's the leader on the show. I did a little research on stuff like that on there, and this unique character. I think that's just personally me. I think they should bring or remake the show and readapt it to American form, or at least make it American. Or if Power Rangers ever do original type production, they should definitely bring that. That's my personal opinion. Get modernize the big one. Have them up to date suit. Have an idea what the suit in my head looks like. Be a cool, unique thing. And but that's me. But if anyone wants to discuss that or whatever, just drop a line. Anything like that, that's cool. Basically, that's all I'm going to say for now. I spoke long enough. And if you want to drop a line, you know what to do. Holla back at your boy, and talk to you soon. Alright, have a good one.